Good morning to everyone. I am honored and delighted to welcome you all to this important training of trainers, like we call it the TOT, training of trainers, training on the universal treatment curriculum, that's the UTC. I want to emphasize one thing here, that is the fact that I am representing the Director General in his capacity, even though he couldn't be here due to some official engagements. Perhaps he is not far away from us here, but because there are other engagements in the opposite direction, so he couldn't make it this hour. So I am here to represent him. If I can decipher the caliber of people I have seen here, very special people. I understand from the selection criteria that every agency have taken its time to identify the best among the lot, bring you here so that you can undergo this training of trainers course. I know by doing so, at the end of the day, you will learn something that will bring back home. Like George rightly said, training of trainers does not only mean you have to train yourself and keep it at your level. You have to disseminate that information, the training, the knowledge you gain from the training to your colleagues, your peers at their office level, even wherever society you belong to. On that note, it is important that you carry on your training, take it seriously, even though I know some people wouldn't like to face examinations, because many times, many of us have been facing exams and then it makes it difficult to catch up. But if there are other ways to maybe change that system, maybe assess them while they are on the program, that perhaps would help. I don't know whether 50% of you people would want to sit to an exam, or do you think it's better to assess you whilst on the program? Which one is better?
That one, the latter.
The latter. You see? So, like I was saying, the training is organized in partnership with CCE, Columbia Plant Drug Advisory Program, the DAP, and the United States Bureau of International Narcotic and Law Enforcement Affairs. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, you will all agree with me that this training is another milestone in the quest of addressing issues related to drug and substance use disorders and specialized drug addiction treatment service in the Gambia. It provides unique opportunity to boost the capacity, professionalism, and credentials of the treatment workforce in the Gambia and the internationally recognized standards of best practice, and equally facilitate coordination with internationally recognized organizations in this domain. As the lead government institution mandated by law to regulate the use and the possession of controlled drugs, prohibited drugs, and precursors, and connected matters, the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the Gambia DLEAG, that's what we call it, DLEAG, D-L-E-A-G, is proud to associate itself with relevant stakeholders such as the law enforcement fraternity on the supply front to the health and social welfare, civil society, youth groups, community-based organizations, etc. in the crusade. Drugs do not exist in isolation, therefore, combined it requires a balanced, integrated, multi-sectoral approach between supply suppressions and drug demand reduction. This means that the role of law enforcement personnel on the supply front, as well as healthcare workers, social workers, civil society, media, and the public is very important, crucial, if we are to make meaningful gains. This is because the crusade on drug goes beyond supply suppression, dealing with interdiction and legal possession, and therefore there is a strong need for prevention, treatment and cure, harm reduction, service, and alternative development of livelihood. Drug abuse, illicit drug trafficking, and related organized crimes continue to threaten continues to threaten global peace and stability. This illicit trade is a complex challenge that endangers the health and socio-economic and conditions of individuals and society. It continues to be a persisting phenomenon that no nation can boast to have totally eradicated. That is, we have seen here many a time while driving along the road, you can see people that have some deficiencies in terms of mental capabilities, and you know, this is owed to the fact that many of them are drug users, most of them, if not all of them. I wouldn't be fair if we have to associate all of them with that. So that's not fair. But they are our brothers and sisters. That does not mean we have to isolate them. But what we can do is to try to bring them on board, try to see what best we can do for them. These are our own families, brothers, sisters, nephews, and sons. You know, it is our responsibility to be able to understand the reason behind these things and the way we can try to see how to help in trying to cope the menace. And this we couldn't be isolated from the use of drugs and abuse. And the agency is fighting tooth and nail, even though we couldn't do it alone or in isolation. We can only do it with our partners, both local and international. And therefore, we want to indulge your support in this crusade so that we will be able to get ahead. Nevertheless, we have seen Mr. George's presentations here that has even attracted my humble self, and it's as if I would want to join the group, even though I don't want to sit to exams. So if I can be isolated, I would stay, but I don't want to sit to exams anymore. When I was graduating, I decided I never sit to an exam anymore. And I think, you know, some people will agree with me. If assessment could be done, you know, alongside the program, that would help. But like he said, let us bear in mind, these are very important people, very intelligent people that have been identified to come and do this, to attend this program. I only hope you will not drain them and take them abroad. So on that note, I want to thank everybody here. I wouldn't bore you with a lot of talk, but we all know the purpose why we are here. I want us all to endeavor to learn what we are being taught here. And also, if you learn, whatever you learn here, please do not keep it at your level. Disseminate it to your colleagues outside there. Give it out. Don't only keep it at your level, thinking that if I have to give it to someone else, perhaps they may not make good use of it. As you make good use of what you have learned, the same way somebody else you have given it to will also disseminate it to someone else. Who knows, maybe my son could benefit from it. Or, you know, my neighbor's brother could then benefit from it. So, on that note, I thank everybody for your participation. The time they have also taken to travel far and wide, to come to the Gambia, you know, do everything that they are doing, and also I wouldn't be fair if I would also apologize for the time management that myself and the media here are involved in. We have some time constraint, but by the time we arrive here, everything has perhaps started. So we apologize for that. I thank you very much for your time, and I hope you will enjoy the program now towards the end of the program.